Hi, um, I am giving this presentation on behalf of Emily Dickard, who wasn't available. So we'll be looking back on 10 years of AIM. The need to adapt to changing environments has never been greater. For example, this summer saw the two largest fires in Colorado history, burning about 200,000 acres each within 10 miles of each other. Unfortunately, many of us are becoming accustomed to similar events. Monitoring is a critical tool for adaptation in natural resource management. There are an increasing number of monitoring approaches and tools available to support adaptation. We sought to evaluate the AIM strategy, the BLM's approach to monitoring over the last decade, and reflect on lessons learned. The AIM strategy recommends 5 principles for building multi-scale monitoring programs: standardized methods and indicators, data management, appropriate sample designs, remote sensing integration, and structured implementation. These principles are applied to land management at multiple scales and for multiple land uses. This has resulted in one consistent data set across many different rangeland types, resources, and land uses. Our evaluation of AIM had 3 major take-home messages. Let's look at them one by one. The first is we found AIM principles are sound and worthy of consideration for design and implementation of rangeland monitoring programs worldwide. This is not surprising since they built on lessons learned from other monitoring programs, especially in the US and Australia. Like many monitoring programs, the vision of AIM has been to empower land managers to make defensible decisions regarding multiple uses of ecosystems sustained through time. This is a challenge indeed. An important tool for this is standard workflows and analysis frameworks for using data. These really help empower land managers to connect data to land management decision making. Here's a couple of examples. According to CFR 4180, land health fundamentals and associated standards represent a set of goals to be achieved across BLM lands. We use these fundamentals to inform this technical guide for using AIM and LMF in land health evaluations and permit authorizations. To write this, we first recognized the need for AIM data in land health assessments and worked to understand the decision-making context. Next, we synthesized the decision process with available data sources, including AIM data. And finally, we reviewed a draft with decision makers and incorporated feedback. The result is a comprehensive workflow for using AIM data for land health evaluations across BLM. Let's look at a use of AIM data in Oregon. AIM data is compared to local benchmarks for land health standards to give specific information about land health. In the allotment in question, they concluded they were not meeting Standard 1 because of issues with cover, invasive species, and soil stability. We can also use AIM to address vegetation treatment effectiveness, for example, for post-fire rehabilitation treatments or fuels reduction treatments. Treatments often have quantitative objectives which greatly aid interpretation. Our third overall conclusion is that some AIM principles must be strictly followed for effectiveness. Others require flexibility given appropriate rationale and documentation. Standard methods and data management procedures must be strictly followed in order to be cost-effective and efficient at scale. We found that centralized support through the BLM's National Operations Center and state offices helps ensure consistency through training and technology. Where standardization is not necessary, the AIM approach allows flexibility to ensure data answers land management questions. For example, design approaches are flexible. We can calculate locally relevant indicators from standard indicators, and analysis approaches are very flexible. We can add on methods to address specific questions and have adapted to changing technology. To close, it has been rewarding to see the rangeland community come together and begin to speak a shared language about rangeland health and management. A concrete example is the explosion of remote sensing products which build on AIM and seeing remote sensing folks work together to gain insights. Emily hopes we can bring that to the challenge of adaptation that we're faced with by sharing understanding of decisions to be made gaining insights from data and analysis, and moving forward with management actions that help us adapt. Thanks.